Marvel is kicking off Phase 6 with a fantastic movie.
It's fantastic.
Hello, my name is Jonathan, and welcome to Honorable Media. And in today's video, we will be reviewing Fantastic Four: First Steps. I did that to make a cooler transition. Going into Fantastic Four, my expectations were sky high. I had high hopes. High hopes for put that clip in. The trailers looked amazing, and the early reviews were very high. So I was like, let's do this. And after watching it, my first thought, it was a little disappointing. I know. Not because it wasn't a good movie. Because it was. I went in something expecting on the level of Superman, a 9 out of 10 movie. But that just wasn't the case. And that wasn't fair on my part to do that to this movie. And honestly, we've had a pretty solid year for superhero movies. Thunderbolts, Superman, Fantastic Four. We're gonna ignore Captain America. Yeah. This movie does a lot of things right and very well. But I do have I actually have quite a bit of issues with this film. And there is a lot to discuss. So let's get into it. Okay, I don't know what the heck is going on with my hair. I can't deal with this. I just have to get a hat. All right, that's better. Let's get to it. All right, I'm going to start with some of my negatives on the film first. Get the bad out of the way. It's like when my doctor said, do you want the good news or the bad news first? And I made the mistake of saying, I want the good news first. He said, good news, the Avengers are coming to meet you. I was like, what? And then I was like, what's the bad news? You got 6 months. I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. That was inappropriate. Apologizing for my actions now instead of later. All right, now time for the negatives. There's only one actual fight scene in the whole movie. And it being at the end. And it wasn't even that good of a fight. And for it to be the only one fight scene, there were action scenes, but there weren't any fight scenes. We got a chase scene, which was cool. Yes, I'll get into that later. But there was only one fight scene. That causes a lot of problems, which we don't nearly get to see the powers nearly enough as I would like to. I wish I could see more powers for all of them. For each of the Fantastic Four members, and specifically for Silver Surfer. We saw, she's surfing through space, flying through fast, phasing through things, flying around a black hole, which is crazy. That's epic. But I feel like we never got to see her feats in combat. There was one little slight skirmish when they saw Galactus, met him. But besides that, we didn't see any of her powers in fighting. I would have liked to see her fight at least once. Come on. And also another thing with Silver Surfer. Played very well. looks phenomenal. Some might say fantastic. But bad joke. But her redemption arc at the end was way rushed. It was like there was no rewardment in that at all. I'm like, dude, what the heck? It was way rushed. Like, if we just got more of Silver Surfer throughout, and we learned about her backstory, yes, but it just didn't hit because there wasn't enough of Silver Surfer or for her conflict for it to really hit. I'm not sure exactly what the genre of this is. Superhero, yes. It's not really a superhero action movie with fighting. To me, it was almost more of a suspense drama. And if that was the intent, then cool. But it's just not what really I was expecting going into it. Now I'm gonna hit. I'm so corny. Look at your hat. Yes, you're corny. All right. Now let's get into some of the positives, because there are definitely some positives in this movie. First off, the casting is elite. Oh my gosh. Yo, Eddie Munson from Stranger Things as, Johnny Storm. Cool. And then we also got Stingray from Cobra Kai as the Mole Man. Love to see. I was like, Stingray! I was like, oh shoot, I shouldn't have yelled that in theaters. I didn't. Alright, jokes aside. Look, Johnny Storm played great. Everyone in the Fantastic Four was played great. Galactus was played great. Silver Surfer was played great. The late night show host was played great even. I even feel like the baby played great. I don't know who casted that baby, but great. Like, who? Hold up. Let me look this up. Okay, so the casting director is Sarah Haley Finn. So shout out to her. And the baby was infant actor Ada Scott. So that actor has a bright future. We lock that baby up for a lifetime contract in Marvel, please. Ben Grimm, oh my gosh. The chemistry was unmatched. It really felt like a family. It felt like everyone cared about everyone. Which is like, yes, we got this same type of chemistry in Thunderbolts, but this was a little bit better. I'm like, oh, and we got crazy chemistry in Superman. So, like, the past 3 superhero movies have had great casting, great chemistry, and great character interactions. Bro, everyone was like, this, bro. We got to see everyone interact with each other beautifully. Oh my goodness. I love the bantering between the Thing and Johnny. Blah, 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 blah. And then the Thing and that girl. And whatever that woman is he had a crush on. And then the Thing and the baby. I don't know why. That was my favorite interactions. Was the Thing and the baby. Thank you, Marvel, for going back to your roots in having the movies be serious with emotional and comedic moments, and not be a total every single second. Thor: Love and Thunder. Gosh, it's a trash movie. The jokes were timed well, and they were done well. I was like, bro, there was some joke, and I was like, dude, that's actually mad funny. But I forgot it. So shoot. Alright, the visuals. Oh my gosh, the movie looked beautiful. The city. The Thing. The suits. Johnny and Flago. The force fields. Invisibility. The ships. Galactus. Silver Surfer. What the fuck did I just do? Gosh. Immediate regret. I would say cut that, but I know dang well I'm leaving that in. Alright, and some of my favorite moments. Sue Storm's speech when she's introducing her baby to the mob. Peak. Reed Richards when he's talking about how his mind is a curse and how you don't want to think like him and how he has to make the analytical decisions. When him and Sue is arguing about how he actually considered giving their baby up. The Thing and Johnny's banter again. Johnny having, then not just being in Flago, him having a big part in the movie with Silver Surfer. Oh, great interaction. And then the Thing bonding with the baby. Great uncle. Hashtag free babysitting. He's my favorite character. The Thing, Ben Grimm. Oh my gosh, bro. Ben Grimm, great actor. Loved him in Andor too. Can we talk about the end credit scene? Marvel, thank you for actually having a meaningful end credit scene. The past two movies have actually been meaningful end credit scenes that have set up the future for future films. You've gone away from that, I feel like, in the past couple phases, which is random crap. Then I'm like, what was the point of that? Now, I'm sure I'm blanking and forgetting stuff. What? Don't do that. That's a weird joke. Sorry. Well, I'm sorry. Okay. That was one of the most chilling end credit scenes I've seen. Oh. Whoa. Just the Doomsday Mask? Him presumably kidnapping the baby? Oh my gosh. Now for the rating. 8 out of 10. Whoa! I gave it an 8 out of 10. This may have been single-handedly the hardest movie I have ever had to rate so far. It hasn't been that much. A handful. But good night, dude. It was actually hard. Dude, it's a great superhero movie. Yes. But my disappointment was weighing heavy on me. But the further time I get from the movie, the more I was like, yeah. That was a good movie. After the initial disappointment wore off, I was like, okay. Starting off the phase good. Phase 6 good. Booyah. Thank you. Now, compared to Thunderbolts, here we go. I do think that consistently, I think I said that right. Fantastic Four is better. But I like Thunderbolts more. I'm curious what you thought of the Fantastic Four. First steps. Feel free to let me know down in the comments. And Dude, superhero movies are back, baby, and Marvel may be back, and I'm excited. And thank y'all for watching. And yeah, you can go to the outro now. Yeah, okay. Toodaloo. Sometimes I concern myself with how weird I am.